Making today's headlines. A major announcement on the minimum wage. Seafarer's Registry launches on Cayman Brac tomorrow, July 10th, and Caymanian athletes shine at Caribbean-wide squash tournament. Good evening, I'm Lavita Thompson with your CIG TV News Brief. If you're watching us on YouTube, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more of the latest official government news. As of January 1st, 2026, the national minimum wage will be $8.85. Government officials held a press briefing where they announced the change with further context on research findings, the economic implications, and plans for implementation. The panel featured representatives who contributed to the decision, including the Honorable Michael Miles, Minister of Caymanian Employment and Immigration, Mr. Lemuel Hurlston, Chairperson of the Minimum Wage Committee, Mr. Adolphus Laidlow, Director of the Economics and Statistics Office, and Ms. Danielle Roberts, Acting Chief Officer for the Ministry of Caymanian Employment and Immigration. During his overview of the committee formed to assess the need for the new wage policy, the Honorable Michael Miles confirmed the government's decision to accept the minimum wage report and had this to say.
This decision is about more than numbers. It's about pulling our people out of poverty and into the middle class. It's about ensuring that hard work results in basic economic security and dignity. It's about ensuring that our guest workers are compensated fairly and having the financial ability to afford to live in our country. It's about ensuring our people are paid a fair wage to qualify for mortgages. It's about ensuring that our people can afford basic living expenses such as food, healthcare, and utilities, and they often don't have to make a choice in between who pays for what.
Mr. Lemuel Hurlston, Chairperson of the committee and former chair of the 2015 review, explained key steps in the committee process. Here's what he shared.
A few key points informed our recommendations for $8.75 per hour as the minimum wage. Most households supported a figure closer to $10 per hour. Businesses proposed figures slightly below $9 per hour. Economic modeling therefore indicated that $8.75 was a feasible compromise, providing meaningful relief to workers without unduly burdening employers. As the Minister has just said, we deliberately included flexible mechanisms such as in-kind credits for accommodation and utilities in household employment, a cap on the role of gratuities or commission-based pay, and a proposed adjustment mechanism for future wage reviews tied to inflation every 2 years, avoiding the need to convene a full committee each time. While the government has accepted several core recommendations, we encourage continued focus on the remaining recommendations, especially those that improve transparency, predictability, and long-term fairness in the system.
So the minimum wage is actually set at $8.75, which is below the $3 threshold that most businesses said. In calculating the impact of that, we calculate to about 700 unemployed persons as a result, which would be predominantly work permit holders. But a more realistic analysis was done outside of the survey internally from the ESO, and we think that if any unemployment, it will be less than 200 persons, given the economic climate. In terms of the impact on gross domestic product, because of the additional spending of that $51 million or so, we expect the GDP to increase by 0.9%.
The ministry's primary focus is now on compliance, enforcement, and supporting all stakeholders through this transition. I want to be very clear, this is not a suggestion. It is a new legal minimum standard for wages in the Cayman Islands, and all employers, regardless of sector, are expected to review their payroll practices and ensure they are in full compliance by 1st of January 2026. To support this, the Department of Labor and Pensions, DLP, will be issuing clear, accessible guidance materials, including industry-specific examples, frequently asked questions, and employer checklists over the coming weeks. We will launch public education campaigns to ensure that employees are aware of their rights and how to report violations confidentially. Non-compliance will not be taken lightly.
Celebrate Cayman will launch the Cayman Brac edition of its new online Seafarers Registry tomorrow, Thursday, July 10th at 5:30 p.m. at the Veterans and Seamen's Association Hall. According to a June 17th government release, the event will run through July 13th and feature exhibitions similar to those showcased during the Registry's Grand Cayman debut at the Georgetown Public Library on June 25th. During the Grand Cayman launch, held in conjunction with the International Day of the Seafarer, attendees explored the interactive digital registry, corrected or verified historical entries, and submitted documents and photographs for digitization. The event also featured cultural performances, curated displays of maritime artifacts, and the unveiling of the Seafarer's quilt, which illustrates individual seafarer stories in embroidered squares, as stated by Celebrate Cayman's Special Projects Officer, Nasaria Chillet. Celebrate Cayman's Executive Chair Alfonso Wright encouraged public participation, noting, "Join us in celebrating our maritime heritage and ensuring the stories of our seafarers are preserved for future generations." For more information, Celebrate Cayman invites the public to contact them via celebratecayman@gov.ky. Time now for the latest in sports news. For the first time in 9 years, the LIG Services Junior CASA Tournament returned to Cayman. Held from July 5th to 8th, 2025 at the South Sound Squash Club, Cayman Juniors delivered impressive performances, including yielding 2 finalists in Charlie Macon for the boys under 17 and Kaylee Pierre in the girls under 15. Unseeded debutant Adriano Vera made a remarkable debut, defeating the number 2 seed in boys under 15 and ultimately finishing 4th. In his final junior CASA appearance, Brody McComb pushed eventual boys under 19 champion Luis da Silva of Guyana to a thrilling 5-game match before narrowly losing in the second round. Milana Lamontagne secured 5th place in the girls under 19, with her only losses coming against the division's top 3 seeds, positioning her as a strong contender for a higher seed next year. Maximilian Wolf, another debutant, exceeded expectations, finishing 6th of 16 in the boys under 15 category. Fellow newcomers Chad Franklin, Beryl Arch, Claudia Bullmore, and Milana Thompson also represented Cayman strongly. Guyana reclaimed the overall team title, ending Barbados' 2-year championship run. And now for today's weather update. Today we can expect some thunderstorms. Temperatures will rise to a max of 90 degrees Fahrenheit east at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight with a wave height of 1 to 3 feet. Tonight, continued thunderstorms. Temperatures will fall to the low 80s. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots, while seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Thunderstorms are expected to continue into tomorrow morning. For more detailed weather information, visit weather.gov.ky. That's it for your CIG TV News Brief. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, remember that you can like, share, and subscribe for the latest official government news. I'm Levita Thompson. Thanks for watching and have a good night.